Tuesday morning, a rather damp one to say the least, and the final day of the month of March. Nice to have you with us later on after the 10 o'clock news. Early Coleman III is going to be with us from the Saginaw County Community Action Center to talk about a program they have coming up. At 11 o'clock on Focus, the SVRC Marketplace will come forth. But for this hour, it's open phones, and I've asked Jonathan Dent to sit in with me so I can unleash my frustration this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, what I'm going to say is probably going to upset a lot of people.
I'm buckled in.
I am so tired of hearing about Trump this, Trump that, Trump money, Trump centers, and now the Trump airport.
Yep.
Ron DeSantis in Florida signed a bill to rename the airport after Donald Trump in Palm Beach. The Palm Beach International Airport will become Donald Trump Airport. Its designator will go from PBI to DJT. I'm sorry, folks. I'm tired of it. I am very tired of it. Usually we reserve these honors for dead presidents.
Yep.
Who historically have done things for the country. History will have to determine what Donald Trump has done for the country. But I am so tired. Now, he's going to be signing money for the 250th. Maybe. I mean, of course, first time in history that a president's done that because it's always been the Secretary of Treasury.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a coin with his face on it, which is usually reserved for dead presidents.
Yep.
They're renaming a class. They're naming a class of ships after him.
Really, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It's been affixed to a planned class of Navy ships. His name is on a visa program for wealthy foreigners, a government-run prescription website, a federal savings account for children. It goes on and on and on. Now, I know the guy's an egotist. I know He's self-centered. He always has been. But I am so tired of it. There's enough things to worry about in this country. The price of food, the price of gas, the price of this, the price of that. Iran, and you name it. The list goes on and on and on. And I'm sorry, folks, if it upsets you, but too bad. I'm tired of Donald Trump. Not his policies, but I'm tired of the man.
His name.
His name.
Oh, my gosh.
It's getting oppressive. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense. Absolute, complete nonsense.
In the business world, when he was building buildings and stuff?
More power to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on the Chicago River looking at Trump Tower, and there in the middle of it is Trump.
Yeah.
In New York, big sign, Trump. I understand that business-wise.
Yep.
Do what he wants in business.
But this is taxpayer money going to slap his name on everything.
I'm sorry. This is not the United States of Trump.
No.
It's the United States of America. And I'm just at the point where I'm frustrated. And I wanted to let it out.
Yeah.
I wanted to exhaust my steam.
I'll agree. It's obnoxious.
It is. I mean, and that's it. I just, don't call up and tell me all the great things he's done in politics. I don't care. That's fine. 50 years from now, if history recognizes it, name something after him. No problem.
Yep.
But he's still in office and still alive and Trump this and Trump that and Trump. So I want to Trump.
So what are we changing the euchre Trump to?
Well, that's a different word, though.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a name.
I know.
It's just, I just have reached a point, and it takes a lot for me to come unglued about things, but that one, when I read this morning that DeSantis signed the bill to rename the airport, I'm going, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Now, it has to go before the FAA, but...
they'll pass it.
Yeah, I was going to say, who do they work for?
Yeah.
So I just had to get it off my chest. I'm so freaking tired of it.
No, I'm right there with you. And I think I've been tired of hearing his name before all of this, when it's
every
single newscast.
It's been building.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, hearing his name in newscasts, he's news. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But hearing stories about, well, we're going to name this and we're going to name that and we're going to name. And then he adds to the fire, thinking, well, I should be, this, that, and the other thing. Keep it to yourself.
How much do you want to bet that it's the Trump ballroom when it gets put on the White House?
You can count on it.
Yeah.
Probably have his name on it like it does on his buildings. I just, it's ludicrous. I'm sorry. I don't know no other way to put it.
Now, you mentioned in there the Trump accounts for the kids' investment things, and that's something that I haven't heard talked about a lot. And, well, I think it's kind of dumb, the naming and all of that. I think the approach that it takes to educational spending, pretty good thought process.
This is why I'm concentrating simply on naming things after him. I'm not talking about the political consequences of what's being named or anything else, because I agree with some of those things. But,
and I'm not saying it as well, what about this? I'm saying it because I don't hear it get talked about a lot.
But call it the Children's Trust Fund. Call it anything.
Yep.
Just don't put his name on it. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna sound so stupid 8-10 years from now.
Well, and I suspect 8-10 years from now, if there's a Democrat comes into office,
the names get changed anyway.
It's all going to be changed anyway. Yeah. But it may not be that long. But I just, it's been frustrating. That's all. It's been building and building and building, and I know.
So has he? He's been building and building and building stuff with his name on it
ever since he's born. But I know a lot of listeners. Majority of our listeners are Trump supporters, and more power to you. And I'm not saying I don't support his policies. I'm saying I don't support his name. You got to remember, I grew up in New York, and I was Trump to death before he even got in the White House. So I just had to release it.
No, fair enough.
So I don't know. I just you wonder. I've met people who were self-centered egotists, and they're hard to deal with because it's all about them.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the topic is, it's all about them. And it's too bad, because there's enough things that need to be taken care of in this country that we shouldn't have to be worrying about what we're naming something. And
we don't have to worry about what we're naming something, Art. We just name it all after Trump.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess we're done then. So I just thought I'd lay it on the table, folks. If you got an alternate opinion or you agree, give us a call, 989-752-6111. Call the Trump line. Oh, wait.
No. It's still the WSGW call-in line. For now.
Well, it's fun. It's not. We're not talking politics. It's kind of a different. It's off the political spectrum because it has nothing to do with the political things happening. And so there you go. All right, we'll take a break and then we'll be back. Let me take a moment to talk about Quick Lane Freeland, where they are offering complimentary alignment checks for your automobile. And the reason they're doing that is it's pothole season. And if you hit enough potholes and cracks in the ground and railroad tracks and all those things, you can knock your car's alignment out of whack. And if you do, it can be very costly, because the first thing it's going to do is wear out your tires. Second thing, it could be unsafe to drive that way. So have it checked at Quick Lane Freeland. It's a complimentary alignment check. And if you want to know what they look for, well, here's John from Quick Lane to tell you about alignment.
If your vehicle's wheels are aligned correctly, it will not pull to the left or to the right when driving. It also prevents improper tread wear, so your tires last longer. A wheel alignment should be checked often, because normal steering wear and tear can cause your alignment to go out, in addition to potholes and railroad crossings. A correct alignment also reduces rolling resistance on your tires for better fuel mileage.
Thanks, John. And also safe travel, of course. Quick Lane Freeland is where you can stop for a complimentary alignment check. They will check your alignment for you, tell you where it's at. And while you're there, don't forget Quick Lane Freeland is part of the McDonald Ford property, where you can see the complete lineup of new Ford vehicles, as well as their extensive pre-owned lot with a lot of famous brands, not just Ford and Lincoln and all of that, but they have many, many brands. Matter of fact, right now I'm driving one of their cars. It's a Cadillac AT4, and that's just one of the vehicles they have on their lot. They've got tons of them. Stop in today. McDonald Ford and Quick Lane Freeland. These are two names to help you with all your automotive needs in 2026. All right, we're back with you, Art Lewis and Jonathan Dent with me in studio. And first caller up is Pat in Mayville this morning. Pat, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Beautiful grass this morning from all this nice rain. But anyway, the reason I'm calling is a few weeks ago, a gentleman from Michigan won a race in California, and I have tried to find out who this gentleman was and where he was from. They said he was a substitute teacher in Michigan, and he won this big race in California. And
was it a running race? What kind of a race was it?
Yes, a running race.
Okay.
Yeah, and it showed the finish line where he sprinted past this guy who had won it apparently for several times, and I can't find anything on it. I thought maybe you'd be able to find things on it.
I think Jonathan was on the computer while you were talking.
Yep, Detroit Free Press has this article. Nathan Martin is a cross-country coach at Jackson High School, and he won the 2026 Los Angeles Marathon earlier this month.
There you go.
In a photo finish.
Nathan Martin?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, that satisfied my curiosity, and I appreciate your help. Thank you
problem.
so much.
Anytime, Pat. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. And we'll switch gears and talk to Carl in Saginaw. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Art and Jonathan. Last week, the U.S. Senate was debating a bill to fund TSA, and the Senate, in a bipartisan manner, came together. In fact, it was unanimous to pass this bill. It went to the U.S. House, and it was voted down by the Republicans there. Probably because Trump didn't want it to pass. The Republicans pretty much do what Trump tells them to do. So, Art, what do you think about a bipartisan bill unanimously passed, and then the Republicans say no?
I think that's the way politics works. After all, the Republicans in the House had passed legislation, sent it to the Senate, which would have ended all of it a long time ago, and the Senate balked at that.
That was not bipartisan, though.
I don't care whether it's bipartisan or not. It's what's in it that counts. And, this is what politics has become. It's a gotcha game. They're more interested in party politics than they are in doing the right thing. And it's a shame. It's a shame.
Well, this bill would have funded TSA agents.
Yeah, I know all that. Doesn't matter. It didn't pass.
Okay.
I know all that.
It didn't. No, it didn't. Well, but Art, you've talked in the past about how this country was formed on compromise.
Yeah, and I still believe it.
People working together.
And it needs to happen.
People compromising and working together.
Wait. Go back to the Senate story. Was it unanimous,
Yes.
did you say?
Yes, it was. Unanimous consent in the U.S. Senate last Friday.
Yeah.
And then it went to the House.
Well, the House,
and the Republicans in the House voted no.
And they expressed why they thought it was wrong because it didn't contain what they wanted. And that's politics.
Yes.
But I think in those terms, when you have one body, particularly the Senate, that can get together and pass something unanimously, the other body ought to follow suit. But it didn't happen.
What do you think, Jonathan?
I actually agree with the House. They rejected it because it was too specific and wanted a more generalized funding of the Department of Homeland
Yeah,
Security.
and that's the one thing that happened. You know, you can have unanimous consent, but if it doesn't contain what the other side wants,
The other House,
you're
yeah.
dead
or
in the
other
water.
party, yeah.
It's the nature
Okay,
of politics
well,
today.
Okay, and then Trump apparently signed an executive order to pay the TSA agents.
Yep.
And everybody's wondering, all right, so why didn't he do that 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Well, I don't know that he expected this to run this long. But that's, you know,
Yeah, but it did.
why do you do
So-
anything when you do it? Timing was right,
Well,
so he did it.
Why does he do anything? I guess is the question.
I don't know. Why does Chuck Schumer do anything?
Yeah. Oh, and one thing about, I hear people talking about energy independence, that because we pump more oil in this country than we use, but I think that's misleading. We are not energy independent. It is a world market, and we are very dependent on what goes on.
We could
in the rest of the
we
world.
could be energy independent if we kept it at home.
But the way things
But we
move
don't.
right now, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
That's correct.
No, I understand that, but we
No.
could. But the term in energy independence, we very easily could be, but the dollar.
Yeah, but we're not.
The dollar dictates. You know,
Yeah, but we're not. We could
Well,
be,
well-
but we're not.
we're not operating as energy independent, but we are energy independent technically.
No,
Well-
we're a net exporter.
Yeah, well,
is
that's
all
it.
that
Yeah.
we're and that
Yeah,
oil
and
is
we're
used
still
in more than
subject-
just energy.
And we're still subject to the world market forces.
For now,
For now, yeah, and that could change.
Well-
that could change.
Well,
who's bandying?
yeah, and frogs and pigs could fly, I guess.
Well, if you want to be that negative
could
about it,
change.
sure. You know, I mean, anything can change.
Well, when's the last time that changed? When's the last time the way oil is sold? When's the last time it changed?
No, the thing is, we could be energy independent if the market dictated that it's cheaper to be energy independent. The way that the market is moving right now, it is in business's best interest to export that oil elsewhere from the U.S. and import it for the sake of energy from elsewhere.
It's a trade game. It's a commodity game.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
it becomes
exactly.
cheaper,
It's a commodity.
if it becomes
It doesn't
better for
stay
American
here.
companies to
Yeah.
use it in America for energy, they'll start doing that because it's
Yeah.
more beneficial.
All right. Very good, Carl.
Okay.
Gonna run. Bye-bye
Thank
now.
you.
Patrick in Bay City is with us. Patrick, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Art. Why I'm calling is recently you had a young lady from Midland, and they're starting a new charter school next year, up to grade 5. Well, anyway, she mentioned they're going to teach cursive.
Yes.
And why I'm calling is my oldest grandson just turned 15. He's in 9th grade in the Bay City Public School system. And for his birthday, I wrote him a check out. And when he went to the bank with his dad, he didn't even know how to write his name. And I said, "You mean you don't even know how to? You didn't know how to write your name in
Doesn't he have
cursive?"
doesn't have a signature? He doesn't have a signature, in other words.
That's what I'm getting at. I mean, in life, for your license, go to vote, checking account, you
course.
need to write your signature in cursive.
Well, of course,
And
I will tell you this, though. My signature doesn't resemble anything any teacher would ever teach in cursive.
Neither does mine. Neither does mine.
I mean, I can write
Well,
cursive, and I learned cursive, but my signature is entirely different.
And
And
legally,
you still need
your
still
signature
need your signature to vote, don't you?
your signature does not need to be in cursive legally.
No, legally, it could
It's
be an
just
X.
harder to forge.
Yeah,
Well, I just think the public schools are
Missing
maybe
the boat.
they're letting us down a little bit. They should teach cursive. Yeah, I mean, you got to learn to read and write, and they don't. Cursive is just not part of it anymore, I guess.
Well, you're hearing more and more about it, though, and I think what schools are saying is they're going to start reinstituting it in many schools. We've had news stories throughout the year or two that have mentioned that. So I think you may see a comeback. All right, Patrick, thanks.
I hope so.
Take care.
Yep, bye.
Gene, hang on. You'll be next when we return.
Gotta go.
All right, back with you in studio. Art Lewis and Jonathan Dent. On the phone is Gene in Saginaw Township. Counselor, good morning.
How you doing, Art?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good for an old man. But maybe you said enough about our current president, but when I heard the other day that in spite of the fact that federal law prohibits it, he wants a $50 gold coin minted with his image on it, I just had to call in to say, here's one guy that objects, and it has nothing to do with partisanship.
Yeah,
I mean, the man is an egotist of the highest order, and I don't know. It never quits. It never quits.
No, and that's what frustrated me, and that's why I said what I said earlier. I mean,
I think you're right on the money there. So here's one guy that agrees with you, and I'm sure there are others.
All right, my friend. We will be in touch
Good talking to you.
Same here.
Yeah, take it. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. And let's talk to Dan in Bay City. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
This Iran thing it's really crazy, and I think all the things that they said were just trumped up, so to speak. The charges they were going to attack us. I mean, it's the same thing as the Iraq War.
Are you talking about Iran?
Yeah, I mean, they had nukes. They were going to shoot them at. I could hardly sleep at night when I heard that they were going to fire rockets to us and have an atomic bomb on it. I was horrified.
I don't know that there were ever claims that they would have nuclear weapons capable of reaching the U.S.
No, there weren't.
Well, yes, they did. Yes,
there were no claims that they could shoot. There were claims that they were working on missiles, delivery systems that might in the future be able to do that.
Yeah.
But there were no claims that they have it now. Never.
Oh, I thought they had enough to make bombs, like 2 or 3 or 10 or 12.
No. Don't confuse things now.
Having enough and having the capability to do it are two different things.
They have enough nuclear material to, it's estimated, make 11 bombs. But they had first you have to figure out how to deliver those bombs.
Well, here's another dilemma. Is like, what about North Korea?
Well, that's another dilemma.
They said that they wanted to blow us up, and he's got bombs, and he's got a missile that can get it. Why aren't we taking care of that guy?
They say they've got missiles that can reach us. They say their citizenry isn't starving too. So
well, it's just like they say us. Like us saying they've got. How do we know?
Intelligence. I mean, the intelligence community, that's what they do. In the same way the intelligence community knew where the Iranian leaders were at the beginning of the conflict.
Knew where Maduro was.
Okay.
I mean, we have intelligence on the ground.
Okay, well, here's another one. What about China? We're wasting all of our ammo, so to speak.
Yeah, I know.
And all of our money, and China is sitting over there planning 11 submarines that are nuclear that are going to carry atomic bombs.
We've got that too.
We have that too. So, do we have the right to tell a country they can't build submarines?
Well, do we have the right to tell a country they can't build nuclear missiles?
Well, I guess we do, because we just bombed the hell out of Iran. Why not do that to China? Well, they got them. And they've threatened us many more than one time.
Well, and a big part of this conflict in Iran is the ties that they have to China and Russia, and kind of they're not quite a puppet state, but they're pretty close to it, and they puppeteer a whole lot of terrorist activities around the region. So it's an interesting thing to see that China, who is supposedly has ties to Iran, isn't doing anything to help them out in this situation.
They get all their oil from them. They're buying their oil from them right now at twice the price because we're letting them send their oil.
We're letting them.
Just like we're letting Russia sell oil for full price. They sell it all to China. Anyway, I don't know. Am I right there or not?
It's a world market.
They do business. They're in a friendship there.
There you go. Well, there you go. And then we lift the sanctions on those, both of them, and then everybody's happy, right?
Temporarily, we've lifted the sanctions.
Well, I can tell you who isn't happy is 168 little kids, 12-year-olds that were bombed by us in Iran. Girls, little girls. That is a war crime, and it's.
Let me ask you this: how many little kids have been killed because of Iranian policy?
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
It is. If you're bringing it up on one side, it's relevant on the other.
It's relevant on both sides. You bet. All right.
So, in other words, we can commit war crimes and it's okay.
No,
because
it's not good on either side. But that's unfortunately that is consequence of war.
Well, it isn't a war; it's an excursion.
All right.
See, now you've got the wrong word, don't you? Because it's an incursion.
Call it what you want. Call it what you want. It doesn't change anything.
I'm telling you, that is what
you
Trump
can tell me
said.
what you want, but I'm telling you it doesn't change anything.
We can call it a war.
Call it a war. Call it a conflict. Call it an excursion. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Well, if you say so, okay, good enough.
Well, a lot of people say so.
A lot do and a lot don't.
Well, I think there's a lot more that say it's wrong.
That's a guess, but I'll give it to you.
The world does not really care for all this crazy stuff that's going on, and we've isolated ourselves to a point where it's and half of our ammunition is gone. We're spending $1 billion a day.
The world doesn't like it when we intervene,
ridiculous.
But we've isolated ourselves, and that's a bad thing. Yeah. So either we isolate ourselves and we leave the world alone, and that's a bad thing, or we get involved and we play an active role in maintaining some sort of order, and that's a bad thing too.
Yeah, can't win.
Can't win.
No win. All right, Dan, got to run. Got to take a break. Take care.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day, guys.
We'll be back.
When it's time to transform your home's...
Back with you, Art Lewis and Jonathan Dent in the studios of WSGW, where we talk to Joe in Bay City. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Nice talking to you again.
Same here.
Morning.
I've got a couple comments on the Trump name that you brought up, and not too many people, I guess, care one way or another. And then I've got my own thing that I'm getting tired of hearing. And then I've got a couple small ones.
Well, we got limited time, so let's get to it.
Let's get to it. All right. So here's my take on Trump and Trump's name. Now, I've said this before. I support Trump. I don't like his a lot of things he says, ignorant things he comes up with, but I do like his policies, and I support him completely. Mm-hmm. That being said, I've got a different take on Trump's name on everything because I compare it to our country. You look at our country right now, whether you're a janitor or a president of the United States, our country has turned into a bunch of self-centered narcissists, and they'll do anything to get 15 seconds on Inside Edition or the news or anything else.
Yep.
So many likes on social media.
And that's because there are so many avenues of communication today.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to be a narcissist and self-centered.
No, but it invites it.
It enables it. Yep.
Yeah.
It certainly does, and Donald Trump is the king of narcissism. So I don't like it. Names on everything, but this is what our country is. We have so many people now that they care about themselves. They care about doing something goofy to get on TV, and they like to take the pictures of themselves all the time without people in it. And it's just the way our society is going right now. So that's my take on his name. Number two, What I get tired of is I'm tired of listening to people who hate Trump and will not give him credit no matter what he does, how well he does it. And, those people upset me more than narcissists do.
That's the Trump derangement syndrome that we hear about.
I know it. And like Carol complained about the Senate unanimously voting and the House turning down. You know why they voted unanimously? It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and they wanted to get on their jets at 7 in the morning to go home for 2 weeks off.
Yep.
Well, have you ever heard the Senate unanimous on anything? Certainly not.
Yeah, once in a while.
And that's the only reason they voted, because they wanted to get the hell out of town.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. And this third one here is a local issue. Those who are listening that live in the Bay City School District, I don't know if they're aware of it, but the district is trying to sneak by a $72 million bond in our May 5th election.
How do you sneak it by if it's in the election?
Well, you sneak it by not making it public. And the only reason I
how'd
know
you find out about it?
Well, my wife votes by mail, so she got her ballot a few days ago, and there it was on the ballot.
So it's public.
No, it's only for those who saw the ballot. Nothing mailed out. Nothing anywhere. They're trying to sneak $72 million bond, and people in the Bay City District better find out what the hell's going on that.
The rate does not increase from last year's levy.
Not that. Yes, we did know. As a matter of fact,
it's a separate bond. It's a separate bond, and it's 0.43 mils.
But does it replace one?
It's not an add-on. It's a separate bond.
Is it a replacement?
Nope. It's an add-on. As a matter of fact, we still have $30 million due on our last bond, and now they're going to add this one to it. So, people in Bay City District,
we'll look into that.
We'll look into it.
I appreciate you do, and I report on it.
All right. Got to run, Joe.
Okay, good talking to you guys.
Take care. Bye-bye now. And here's Tim in Hemlock. Tim, good morning.
Hi, Art, and good to hear you guys. I've been listening this morning, and I totally disagree with what Trump does on most everything. But let's talk about your first topic. Trump this, Trump that, Trump airport, Trump coins, Trump that. That's what authoritarians do. They put their pictures up everywhere so everybody can see them. They put their names up. That is a key aspect of an authoritarian.
It's a symptom.
Now, the next thing.
Let me back up. Let's wait just a minute now. I'm going to back up for a second here. And this is not in defense of him, but it's an explanation. You have to remember, authoritarians do that, and they've always been authoritarians. Trump was a businessman, and his name was his business. So all he's done is carried that over to his politics.
Art, don't carry your business into politics. That's been a lifelong standing of this country.
Well, what's funny about that is how many years did the public say we need to have a businessman in the White House to straighten things out?
And they're wrong. And they were wrong, weren't they?
Well, no, and they're not wrong. I think it depends on the businessman.
No, they're wrong. Government.
Well, okay, you think they're wrong.
You don't fire people. The other thing, there was another caller that said he was opposed to the war, and you came up with a number of reasons why this, that, why we should attack them. Let's go back to June of 2025 when we attacked their nuclear site with our B-1 bombers. Trump got on, and what did he say about their nuclear capabilities? They have been obliterated. Obliterated. Now, let's talk about this year when he attacked. Suddenly, they're an imminent threat. How do you define imminent threat when they were obliterated in June the year before?
So they do chest pounding after a successful attack, and then they use new information that somehow just popped up to justify a new one. That's nothing new. That's not unique.
Trump said they were so when Trump said they were they were no longer a threat, it's been obliterated, he didn't know what he was talking about. You can admit that. That's correct, right?
I'm not saying he didn't know what he was talking about. I'm saying he was pounding his chest, as all leaders do after they carry out some successful operation.
No, we don't have all leaders in this country that have been presidents pound their chest. We don't really generally like going to war. In this particular war, we're stuck because he's been caught into a trap that every president since Carter has known about, and that's the Straits of Hormuz.
Yeah.
We want to put our Navy in there. We're going to lose a lot of naval ships.
We're going to have to leave it there because we're out of time. But
Thank you.
We'll talk more. Thanks. Bye-bye. Now back to close out.
Get ready for a fun-filled day.
Art Lewis Show. Jonathan, as always, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
We'll do her again. Meantime, stick around. Hurley Coleman III is going to be with us from the Saginaw County Community Action Center. They have a new program coming up we'll talk about. That follows the news from CBS, and then after that, we have the local report with Michael Percha, and we'll be back right after the news.
Broadcasting from the Storm